seduction is effortless. Reality is going to be like putty in your hands. People are going to melt like butter. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Leahlations. So today we are doing a topic that I am very passionate about, something that I just love partaking in. I don't consider myself an expert, but I am pretty damn good, if I say so myself. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to seduce anything or anyone that you want. So let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you have those post notifications turned on. So, you know, something always inspires me. I live in a constant state of inspiration, and what inspired today's video was a conversation that I had last night. We had a really long, like 3-hour conversation, and we were just talking about like flirting, seduction, and different things like that. Obviously we were talking about it in a romantic sense, like how to seduce men. Honestly, that's what we were talking about. But seduction doesn't just apply to you seducing men. It doesn't just apply to you seducing the opposite sex. You also seduce your desires. You also seduce opportunities. You seduce all of those things to come to you so that you can get what you want. Let's start off by defining what seduction is. You guys know I'm a big fan of the dictionary. So according to Merriam-Webster defines seduction as the action of seducing someone or a tempting or attractive thing. We are going to be going more with the second definition because the first one, yes, it applies. Yes, that's accurate. But like I said, we're not just limiting this to seducing another person. So we're more so focusing on how to become more tempting and how to become more attractive. That's how Merriam-Webster defines seduction. My personal definition of seduction is that, but it's also a little different. To me, seduction is the art of attraction and connection, not just in romance, but in every area of life. Relationships, opportunities, personal goals, literally every area you can utilize seduction in order to get what you want. I feel like whenever the term seduction is brought up, people automatically attribute it to something sexual, or they automatically put a little bit of a negative connotation on it as if it's manipulation. And I don't want you to think of it as manipulation. I want you to change your mindset and shift it from, oh, seduction is manipulation, it's a bad thing, to seduction being more so about authentic magnetism. It's more so about how are you aligning yourself and your energy in order to pull in what it is that you want. Okay, so we're going to be going over the 5 key components that I think are essential to be a good seductress. Also, I want to mention I've been working on something pretty exciting. Think of it as like the ultimate guide to mastering seduction and divine femininity. I do think that it's a message that a lot of people and a lot of women need to hear in order to raise the collective consciousness of the feminine. If you want to dive deeper into the topic, let me know in the comments, because that could definitely be released. The first key component of seduction that I think a lot of people don't take into account, and I would like to argue that this is the most important part of seduction, is utilizing the power of curiosity, being an inquisitive person. Curiosity is really the root of seduction. In my personal opinion, the most seductive people are seductive because they have a thirst for knowledge. Like, they want to know more, whether that knowledge is about another person, whether that knowledge is about a certain opportunity or just something else, period. The most seductive people are magnetic because they have this desire to know. They have this desire to see what someone is about or see what something is about. You know what I mean? Like, they're genuinely curious. Seduction starts with wanting to know, to deeply understand what makes someone who they are, or what makes them tick, or to just get in their head and see what's going on up in there. You know what I mean? When you really think about it, people are drawn to others who ask meaningful questions and show genuine interest in their world. Like, think about when you're having a conversation with someone, let's say you were on a first date or something like that, or you meet someone out, and it could even be a friend or something like that, and y'all are in conversation and you're getting to know another person. You wouldn't want them to just be asking you like these surface level questions like, oh, like, how's your day? Like, oh, what did you eat? Oh, was it good? Like, you know, boring surface level questions that you really don't even have to think to answer. The best conversations are when you're having conversations with people where you have to sit and actually think about what you want to say to answer the question. Like, they ask you something that's like, like, you know, what do I want to say to that? You know, like, they're asking you, instead of like, what do? They're asking you, have you been working on anything exciting recently? That's better than what do you do? And then that's when someone will think, well, what makes me excited about what I do? Have I been working on anything exciting recently? Am I a boring person because I'm not excited about what I do? Am I a boring person because I actually hate what I do? Like, you have to ask questions that make people think. And you can only ask questions that make people think if you're genuinely interested in getting to know them and getting in their head. That sounds crazy to just say getting in their head, but I mean literally getting in their head. It's very important also to practice active listening, okay? This isn't just a component of seduction. This is an important thing to keep in mind as you move through life. Whatever you do, do it intentionally. Move mindfully. Be an active listener. When you're speaking with someone, don't be on your phone. Be in the conversation. Be where your feet are. Really genuinely listen to what they're saying to you. And don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. Pay attention to what they're saying. Once they tell you what they've told you, reflect and recap what they said. Like, they're telling you, my favorite color is blue because my grandma used to always buy these blue roses and I just love looking at them when I was a child, so blue has just always been my favorite color. And then you reply back by saying something like, oh, so what I'm hearing is that you love blue so much because your grandma's really into blue roses. So you like blue, but do you like any other types of flowers? That's so cool. My grandma bought yellow roses. What's up with grandmas and roses? Like, what kind of roses are you gonna buy your wife? I'm sorry. But you get what I'm saying. Do you see what I mean? Like, that was just a little example. That's literally the formula. Listen actively, be very attentive, reflect back what they've shared with you, and ask follow-up questions. That's all. You're just trying to get to know more about them. You're trying to dive in a little deeper. You're trying to get beyond the surface. And you can't do that if you're not listening. You can't do that if you're not letting them know that you're listening by reflecting back to them what they've already told you. And you can't do that if you're not asking follow-up questions to get a little deeper. You have to stay curious about life itself. One of my favorite things about myself personally is just how curious I am. In some instances, curiosity did kill the cat, okay? But I'm a very curious person. I want to know more. I want to know why. I want to know why you do what you do. I want to know why you like what you like. I want to know why you act like that. I want to know why you don't act like that. I want to know why they act like that. I want to know why we all act like this. I want to know why this is this way. I want to know who made these rules, who bends these rules, who breaks these rules. I want to know everything. The second you stop wanting to know more and the second you stop being curious is the second that you stop learning. And at the same time, you stop growing because you become stagnant. It's fun to be fascinated by people. It's fun to be fascinated by stories. It's fun to be fascinated by experiences. Being genuinely interested in someone, being genuinely curious about someone builds this level of emotional intimacy between you and the other person. And even if it doesn't get as far as being romantic, it is this certain type of connection where it's like you recognize the humanity and the divinity in someone else, and in turn they recognize it in you as well. Connection is a part of what makes us human, and at the core basis of every human being, they want to feel seen, they want to feel validated, and they want to feel understood, and they want to feel heard. So that's why seduction is so easy when you really break it down, because that's the core of every human being. So if you're taking the time to be intentional in your interactions and really be curious about someone or something and really get to know what it is or who they are beyond the surface, then they're going to like you and gravitate towards you a little more. Next, we're going to talk about the energy of desire. Okay, I love the word desire. It just sounds nice. You have to be clear on what it is exactly that you want in order to seduce properly. You have to know the end goal. What are you trying to seduce? Why are you trying to seduce? And what are you trying to get out of this seduction? So you need to know what it is that you want to attract, whether it's a person, whether it's an experience or an opportunity. Be clear on what it is that you want so that way you can seduce properly. And also know this: confidence in your desires makes others believe in your magnetism. Okay, because if you are confident in your own abilities, if you are confident in yourself, then people are going to match that, because nobody's going to believe in you until you believe in you. I've told you guys this before. Nobody's going to believe that you can get what you want until you actually believe your damn self that you can get what you want. You have to know that you are that. You have to know that you can get that. You have to know that you are capable, and you have to truly believe it deep down. With the energy of desire, visualization is a very, very, very important thing for you to be skilled at, because you need to be able to see it in your mind's eye first. You need to be able to imagine yourself already having what it is that you want, or being whoever you wish to be, and you need to be able to move from that thought. You need to be able to move from that space, from that energy. You don't need to be separate from it. You need to become it, embody it, integrate it into your self-concept. Act as if you already are. Believe as though you already are. It'll help you do this if you're able to visualize properly, if you do have an active imagination and you know how to control your imagination and be able to see what it is that you want to see. And when you are imagining, don't imagine yourself as if you are in a movie theater and you're sitting in the seat and you're watching yourself on screen. No, you need to be able to put yourself in the screen as if you are the actress or the actor in the movie itself, and see it from the actress or the actor's point of view. Not as if you're watching yourself on screen. You need to be in the screen, if that makes sense. That is how you visualize properly. You have to see it from a first person point of view. Okay, now getting into everybody's favorite part that a lot of people focus on in their videos when they speak on seduction: cultivating an irresistible presence. Now this is the fun part. First things first, body language. Your body language is so important. I can't really act it out and show you with where I'm sitting right now in the car, but whenever you're sitting and you're speaking to someone, face them. Even if y'all are sitting side by side, move your knees a little bit towards their direction, lean a little bit in their direction, and when you're speaking to someone, give direct eye contact. I mean, you don't have to be locked in for 20 seconds, but be able to lock in without getting nervous. Be able to lock in without feeling the need to look away. Don't feel intimidated. Don't let the eye contact overpower you. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Look into their eyes when you're speaking to them. Have a little smile on your face, okay? I don't know if you guys watched America's Next Top Model, but Tyra always told the girls about smizing. Smile with your eyes and smile with your mouth. I don't mean just sit there all 32 showing like at everything they're saying, no, but actually look like you want to be there. is basically what I'm saying. Look like you're genuinely interested. When they're speaking to you, do a couple nods, let them know that you're following along with what it is that they're saying. Look them in their eyes. That's a sign of respect. That's a sign of attentiveness. That's you being intentional. That's you being where your feet are. That's you being present. You want to be present in the moment, okay? And it's easier for you to be present if you already actively practice mindfulness throughout your day-to-day life, because you're going to be used to doing things intentionally. Don't be in your head worried about all these things. Don't be worried about, does my hair look okay? Do they like me? Do I look okay? Am I sitting up straight enough? Do I look pretty enough? Do I sound seductive enough? Like, don't be in your head. Don't be in your head. You need to be able to be grounded, be calm, be serene, okay? Just relax. It's going to be easier for you to be confident if you're calm. It's going to be easier for you to be calm when you are self-assured. So before you're able to even be a skilled seductress, before you're even able to tap into that seductive power, you have to work on your self-esteem. If you have a low self-esteem, you have to work on your self-confidence. You have to work on your self-concept. All of these things need to come before you go out here trying to seduce someone or seduce one of your desires. I love sensuality. I live, breathe, eat, sleep sensuality. Sensuality is the oxygen in my lungs. It is the wind beneath my wings. I cannot imagine living life not being sensual. Like, how is that even humanly possible? I don't know. Sensuality is all about engaging the 5 senses. Really, there's 6, but we're going to talk about the 5. So that's touch, that's taste, that's smell, that's sight, and that's hearing. Smelling good, okay? That's you tapping into that sense of smell. Even if you invite someone into your home, have candles burning, have cookies baking, have incense burning, spray some air freshener. When you're cleaning your home, put carpet freshener on the carpet, vacuum it up. Your rooms are always going to smell good. This is how you keep the environment smelling nice. You know how to keep yourself smelling nice. Like I said, perfumes, oils, different things like that, different lotions, different creams. When you speak to someone, slow down your speech. Don't be in a rush to speak with them. Draw out your words a little bit. Sound seductive, okay? Like, girl, I'm not gonna give you all the sauce, because if I give you the sauce, if I do the masterclass, the sauce gonna be in the masterclass. But slow down your speech. Don't be in a hurry to speak to them, okay? Don't be in a rush. Don't be word vomiting and things like that in a rush to get your sentences out, in a rush to get your words out. Be slow in your speech. You have to be visually attractive. You have to look like you actually care about yourself, okay? Have on clean clothes. Have on well-tailored clothes. Whatever feature you love about yourself, play upon that. If you love cleavage, I love cleavage, so I be looking for every excuse to show a little cleavage, especially when I want to be a little bit more seductive. If you have really nice legs, show off your legs. If you love like your collarbones or something, show off your collarbones. Wear straps instead of wearing like a t-shirt. Even on your face, if you have certain features about your face that you love, like if you love your nose, put on a little bit of highlighter just to highlight that. If you love your bone structure, contour a little bit just to emphasize it. You get what I'm saying? Play upon your favorite features about yourself. Even when you're dressing, mix up the textures, accessorize. This is why I preach to you guys about self-adornment. Self-adornment is very necessary, not just for you and your own sense of femininity and you tapping into your own feminine power, but it adds another element to your seductive power. Know that sensuality creates a sense of intrigue, okay? It creates a sense of intrigue. So know how to tap into the 5 senses and use that to your benefit. I want to give you guys more, but I'm going to save the bulk of it for the masterclass. Whenever you're trying to attain your desires, understand that balance is key. You have to show interest in whatever it is that you want, but you don't want to be overbearing and come off desperate. You have to maintain a sense of mystery and a sense of allure. Whenever you can make a person comfortable enough to reveal themselves to you, obviously share with them as well, but don't share too much. Like, a big part of seduction is making people feel comfortable enough to reveal themselves and open up and be vulnerable without you having to do it back. Like, obviously share a little bit, but the whole point of seduction is getting someone to talk about themselves so much to where you don't have to share as much, or to where you don't have to share a lot. Because if you're too busy trying to get into their head and understand them, and if you're too busy asking them questions about themselves and really trying to see what type of person they are, then the conversation is going to be centered around them. And people like to talk about themselves. Everybody is a little bit narcissistic, so people want to feel like someone is genuinely interested in understanding them and seeing them for who they are. So you're just fulfilling that for them. You never want to be too available. You never want to come off desperate. You never want to come off needy or like you're coming from a place of lack, okay? This is why it's important to be autonomous and to be self-sufficient and to be self-assuring, because in all of your interactions, you don't want to be the girl that's like fishing for validation or fishing for confirmation or fishing for compliments or, you know, anything like that. You need to know that you already are that girl or whatever on your own. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to show confidence and show warmth and extend that warmth to the other person. Timing is also very, 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 very important in seduction as well. Timing is everything. You have to know when to give a little and when to pull away. It's like a dance, okay? Seduction is a dance. You're doing a dance with another person. You're doing a dance with your desires. And lastly, you have to align your aura. Seduction is an inside job. Anything you're doing on the outside externally, that's play. I want you to look at it as play, being playful, okay? Seduction is an inside job. You have to believe in your own seductive power. You have to believe that you can make reality bend at your will. And you have to rest in that knowing, because that is where your power will come from. And also with the visualization, in real life, you have to move and be and act as if you already are who you visualize yourself to be, or as if you already have the things that you desire. You have to move from that place of already having it, of already being it, even if you are not it. Even if your whole external reality is the opposite of what you want, you still have to act as if you are already that, because reality is just going to catch up to you. It's a matter of time. It starts internally first. And when you're in alignment, when you have the correct self-concept, seduction is effortless. Reality is going to be like putty in your hands. People are going to melt like butter, okay? But you have to have the correct self-concept, and you have to be in energetic alignment first. That's extremely, 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 extremely important. I cannot stress that enough. This isn't something that you just do to get. Like, seduction is a mindset. Being a seductive person, it's a mindset that you're in. It's a way of being, is what I'm trying to stress to you guys. It's not something that you just turn on whenever you want to get something. It's something that you can utilize whenever you want to get something. It's something that you can lean into whenever you're trying to attain something. But understand, it's already there. You're already operating at that frequency because you're naturally curious. You're naturally inquisitive, genuinely inquisitive. You're naturally sensual. You naturally want to create an irresistible presence because that's just who you are. You naturally are into self-adornment because you care about your own self-expression. It's you doing it for you. Understand, seduction is not performative. This is genuine, this is about connection, and this is about authenticity. I hope that this episode of Leahlations was helpful to you. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. And if this episode really spoke to you or intrigued you and you're ready to tap into your divine femininity, then stay tuned, because like I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm working on something that you're probably going to love. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want more of me, you can join my Patreon community, Kiss. The link to join is in the description box below. As always, it was a pleasure to talk to you guys. I can't wait to speak to you guys in the next episode of Leahlations, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.